BRYAN OKWARA'S plan for his marital status is one of those topics that keeps setting social media on fire because every little move, every movie pairing, and every public appearance gets people talking, especially whenever his name is mentioned beside Sonia Uch. And right now the gist flying around online is that fans are seriously reading meaning into their constant on-screen chemistry, the romantic titles of the movies they appear in, and all the subtle conversations around settling down and new chapter energy tied to BRYAN's name. But the truth is that most of it is still fan speculation and blog-style interpretation, not any clear public confirmation from BRYAN himself. What is making the whole matter trend harder is the fact that several recent Nollywood uploads and fan talk videos are pushing storylines around marriage, wedding, wife, and relationship themes involving BRYAN OKWARA and Sonia Uch. And once fans keep seeing titles like After Our Wedding, Marrying Right, and The Wife of My Youth, it becomes very easy for people to start connecting fiction to real life and conclude that something serious must be happening behind the scenes, even when those titles are connected to movie content and not necessarily real-life announcements. So the gist people are running with is this: BRYAN OKWARA is being viewed by many fans as someone who may be entering a more serious phase of life, and because of the way he is often linked with Sonia Uch in fan content, a lot of viewers are saying his marital status plan has been exposed, meaning they believe he is no longer giving off Bachelor Forever vibes, but more of a calm, intentional, future-focused energy that looks like a man who could be preparing for commitment, family, and a more settled lifestyle. That reading appears to be driven mainly by online fan narratives and commentary videos, rather than a verified statement. And you already know how YouTube blogger space works. Once one person drops a video saying BRYAN has finally confessed something, another one says Sonia has met the family, another one says the relationship leaked, and before you know it, the internet has built a whole love story from vibes, movie posters, and comment sections. And that is exactly why this topic is moving fast right now, because fans are less interested in official confirmation and more interested in the possibility, the chemistry, and the sweet fantasy of seeing two admired actors become something real off-screen. What keeps the conversation alive is that BRYAN and Sonia fit the type of pairing fans love to ship. They look good together. They match that soft, romantic Nollywood energy, and their repeated association in movie-related content gives supporters enough material to keep imagining wedding bells, hidden plans, and quiet intentions. So when anybody says BRYAN OKWARA'S marital plan has been exposed, what they usually mean is that the internet believes his actions and screen choices are revealing a man whose heart may be leaning toward love and commitment, even though nothing solid has been publicly locked down. Another thing making this gist juicy is the way fans compare silence and mystery to confirmation, because when a celebrity does not quickly shut down every rumor, people take that silence as a sign that maybe something sweet is really going on. And with BRYAN OKWARA, that mystery factor is helping the gist grow even bigger, since a lot of people feel that if there was absolutely nothing there, the constant link-up with Sonia Uch would have died down by now. But instead it keeps coming back stronger each time new movie content and fan discussion surfaces online. The sweetest angle many bloggers are using is that BRYAN may be prioritizing peace, maturity, and a meaningful relationship over noise, and that if he is truly planning to change his marital status anytime soon, he would likely do it in a calm and private way, not through loud public drama. And honestly, that idea is what makes fans even more invested, because it paints him as intentional, reserved, and serious about protecting whatever matters to him. Especially if Sonia Uch is somehow involved in that story, whether as reality or just fan-favorite imagination. This is an inference from the way fan content frames him, not a confirmed fact. At the same time, there is also content online pushing back against all the speculation, with some videos flatly claiming that many of these stories are just rumors, and that social media is not the best place to conclude somebody's real marital situation, which is important because it reminds everybody that fandom can turn acting chemistry into evidence very fast, especially in Nollywood spaces where viewers love to see their favorite pairings become real. So if we package the whole gist the YouTube blogger way, here is the real tea. Fans believe BRYAN OKWARA is moving like a man whose marital future is already taking shape. And because Sonia Utch remains the name most closely tied to that fantasy in recent fan chatter, many people are interpreting every collaboration, every romantic storyline, and every hint of maturity around BRYAN as proof that his bachelor days may not last forever. But as of now, what is trending most strongly is the speculation itself, not a confirmed engagement, wedding plan, or public relationship announcement. This is why the topic keeps exploding. It has romance, mystery, chemistry, fan imagination, and just enough uncertainty to keep everybody talking. And whether the story turns out to be real or just another powerful Nollywood ship, one thing is clear: BRYAN OKWARA'S name is now being discussed with a different kind of seriousness whenever marriage enters the conversation. And for fans who love him with Sonia Utch, that alone is enough to make the internet scream that the plan has already been exposed.